I'm Walter Morris, and I'm at the PDA headquarters in Bethesda, Maryland, with our volunteer chair for 2024 and 2025, Anil Sawant. Anil is the Senior Vice President of Global Quality Transformation for Merck. Anil is in town for the 33rd Annual PDA FDA Joint Regulatory Conference. Anil, welcome to PDA, and thanks for sitting here and making a recording to talk to our members.
Thank you very much. I would do this any day. I've been a PDA member for 32 years now. And if I can say this, PDA is the one entity that I've had the longest relationship other than my wife.
You know, Anil, PDA is really having a great year with our events. We're known for our events, and as well as our technical documentation, but our events have been really good this year. Your first year as the chair. Would you like to tell our members a little bit about what's going on?
Absolutely. 2024 has been a fantastic year. We had our reinvigorated PDA week. Our PDA annual meeting is now a PDA week, and we had a fantastic response. The reason being, we started building our community back. We felt that community spirit. We felt that involvement. We felt that energy. So the meeting in California was a tremendous, tremendous success. We are bouncing back from the pandemic, and we are seeing the energy back through our membership. So that's been great. We just finished the PDA FDA annual conference, our 33rd year.
33rd.
And we set the record for attendance this year. We got such positive reviews from the attendees, from the regulators. FDA was pretty satisfied, happy with the content, the energy, the feedback, the candid conversations. It was an amazing 3 days that we spent together. And we are setting the track for the next couple of years. It's a very pivotal time in our industry. Our industry is going through a lot of change, and this conference basically helps to really have these open dialogues, these conversations, which is going to help our industry move to the next stage.
Yeah, in a way, the spring event was so popular and encouraging, that annual week, and then to follow it up with this record-breaking, it really does what you said. PDA's back. We've recovered from the pandemic. Our community now is back, right? They're back and out traveling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was really exciting. It was a good meeting. So, you know, I'm sure our members want to know. We have a lot of members out there who aren't sure yet. They haven't gone to an event. A lot of them have gone to events. But for those on the fence still, or not quite sure, or new, maybe their early career, why do you? You know, you're an experienced person in this industry, and you're still out here going. You would think you know it all already. Why do you go to our events?
Well, during the pandemic, you know, I was pretty active. We were doing virtual meetings, virtual conferences. I stayed connected. We had the task force that we had set up for the pandemic.
That's right,
Rapid response, and we did quite a bit of good work. We published documents, but there is no substitute to this face-to-face interaction you have. It's like the water cooler talks that you have. You meet your colleagues, your peers, experts, that you can have a conversation and debate things that are going on in the industry, come up with new ideas, talk about the direction our industry is taking. And it's just a wonderful way of building a community that you can count on when you have questions, when you want to learn. And I feel that this is the best way to share knowledge, gain knowledge, and influence the direction of our industry.
So, Anil, you are, as I said, the chair of our board. You've been on the board for a long time. It's a long road to be the chair of the board. You're first elected as a chair-elect, and then after your term ends, you'll be the chair-elect. So, the past chair, right? The immediate past chair. And so you know the board well, and you know how talented our board is, and you're leading a major initiative that I just learned about. I'm really happy that you shared this with me, and you're going to share it with the members, with our board to assist the FDA understand technology. And I think you want to talk about it a little bit to the members. I think this is really important.
Absolutely. So we are going through a digital revolution all around us. And the pharma industry has this tremendous opportunity to participate in this revolution, simplify the way we do work, perhaps help us get access to more patients globally. So the digital revolution has a lot of promises, but it comes with a lot of concerns or anxiety on how that's going to work out in an industry that's highly regulated. The FDA is going through its own transformation. They are digitizing in a big way. So we, from an industry side, think it's very important to have a dialogue to understand what we can do together. We are taking steps to increase those interactions, to increase the discussion that needs to happen in terms of how does FDA view certain technologies, whether it's AI, generative AI, what would be required, for example, to validate or qualify these systems for use in a GXP, GMP setting. And we have started those dialogues, and we are getting some very fruitful discussions. This is going to help PDA build its strategic plan for the future. It is going to help us identify what are the issues that the industry is concerned about, what are the issues the regulators are concerned about, that we can work together, whether it's coming up with new standards, writing technical reports, having sessions, listening sessions, whether it's training that we need to provide. That's, I think, needs to be the focus for the next couple of years if we have to really participate in this revolution that's happening, which has the promise of really delivering medicines perhaps much more efficiently, much more cost efficiently to the millions and millions of patients all over the world who are waiting for them. It's also going to expedite innovation. It is going to expedite how we launch products.
Right.
So it's very important that we focus on this area, and that's one of my passions, and that's what the board is talking about. How are we going to participate?
And these innovations are going to help with the reductions of the cost, and also
Right.
probably improve processes and the quality too. So this, and I'm happy to hear how
Absolutely.
this is a two-way thing.
Absolutely.
It's not just PDA helping FDA, but you're saying you're going to use this to leverage our strategic plans moving into the future. This is a great program.
Absolutely. And I think at the end of the day, regulators and industry associations and pharma companies, biopharma companies, we are working to benefit patients.
Right.
At the end of the day, we have the same objective. Sometimes we have disconnects. And through this work that we're doing, we hope to eliminate some of those disconnects, have that dialogue, and accelerate adoption of digital technologies.
Right. This
So
is
that's
great.
one of the objectives. It is going to help us in a very big way when it comes to data integrity, capturing data, eliminating paper, eliminates a lot of potential for making errors, or in some cases, unethical behavior. And that's going to be one of the huge benefits of modernizing, digitizing.
Right.
And that's something that,
Yeah.
we as an organization are focusing on.
And it's exciting. It really is exciting. I think we've heard a lot of things about technology in the past, how it's going to change the way we do things. But I think and maybe it hasn't in the past, but I think we're really on the cusp of massive improvements.
Yes, and this is not something that started happening 2 years ago or 3 years ago or 5 years ago. This has been a journey. So yes, for the last 10, 15 years, companies have been trying to develop smart batch records, MES systems, LIMS systems. Now it is being taken to a completely different level.
Yeah.
All this data is now available for analysis. All this data is available to be layered with artificial intelligence, where it can analyze the data and point you in the direction of what are the potential causes, what caused the failure, for example, of a particular process. And that's just amazing in terms of how much effort, how much new knowledge you can create through these artificial intelligence processes.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm pretty confident about, our industry will continue to work with regulators to streamline, because I believe at the end of the day, we have to do this for our patients.
Yeah.
And continue to supply medicines. We cannot changes in interpretation, etc., impact in any way what we do for our patients, making sure that they have access to our medicines.
That's right.
So we will work on this, and I'm pretty sure we can resolve some of the issues.
Yes, and that's why I think of directive like this program you're spearheading here with PDAs. This is a great program, and it just shows that, that I think things are going to work out for the best, and this industry's going in the right direction. Now let's talk about PDA real fast. I guess you've been with us almost as long as you've been with your wife. That's amazing, and you still come back every year to us, and you're also a big volunteer. Like I don't like the word big. You are an active volunteer. You've done it all for PDA, and now you're at the highest level of the volunteering on our board as our chair. But the question I have, why do you come back every year and sign up as a member? What motivates you?
So when I joined the industry in 1991, prior to that, I worked in an academics, in academics at a university, postdocing, publishing papers, and then I joined industry. And among the first organizations that I joined was PDA. I used to be active in the American Society for Microbiology, Society for Industrial Microbiology, societies that work on academic issues, basic research. 1992 was the first time I presented at a PDA meeting. And the presentation was on how to validate a sterility testing isolator using VHP. In the good old days, we didn't have PowerPoint. We made those slides for the presentation. So it's been a long time. 30 plus years later, we still debate how to validate an isolator and whether VHP is a sterilant or a disinfectant, right? There are certain things that we will continue to discuss and debate. But there is a lot of knowledge that has been created over the years that needs to be disseminated, needs to be shared, needs to be debated to see whether there is any change that time and more data has brought about. And that's what keeps me ticking. I come back to have those discussions. I love sitting down with fellow members and have those conversations and participate in this community that we have built, which is really interested in progressing the science as well as making sure that we continue to serve our patients. So that's what brings me back. I've served on various task forces, been on the advisory boards. It gives me a lot of energy. I get energized, meeting people who do similar kind of work. But what my company gets out of this is invaluable. The knowledge that I take back, the information on trends, whether it's regulatory trends or technology trends, how are other companies who face similar kind of challenges, how have they solved those problems? Is there any way we can come up with standards and standard approaches to fix some of the issues that we deal, which are common to our industry, whether it's identifying issues related to sterilization, aseptic processing. When we see a gap, we think about, can we put a standard together? Can we work with regulators to address these issues, which is invaluable in terms of taking this knowledge back to your company and integrating it into the company's processes. So I do encourage a lot of employees, my co-workers, to participate and continue this tradition of gaining and bringing knowledge back to the company. This is a very important aspect.
I'm actually really glad you mentioned what your company gets out of it. We do talk to we're an individual member group, so we ask the members, what are you getting out of it? But the most important thing is we need to recognize you're not doing this in a vacuum. You're someone at your company is
Absolutely.
allowing you to do this, and there's got to be a reason.
Absolutely. And it really, this knowledge that I gain has helped me help serve my company better.
That is
It has
great.
helped me tremendously to do that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that part up. Thanks for coming. Thanks for contributing your knowledge and your expertise to this group, this wonderful group that we call PDA. So thank you.